Next one is Gamers Tunes. He says, what old school game do you want to be remade on current gen console? Remakes are a very touchy subject. I find personally there's only a couple games that have ever been remade properly. Well, one of which would be Resident Evil on the GameCube. But I don't know. If I had to pick one to get remade, I think it's probably the same one everybody else wants, and that's Final Fantasy VII. If they did Final Fantasy VII right, it could actually work as a remake. Just pretty much don't overuse voice acting. You know, don't add any unnecessary twists or put the cutscenes out of control. Just make it exactly the way it was with like updated graphics. That's probably about it. The next one comes from the VG Man 2. He says, why do you favor the PS3 more than the 360? What is so special about our PS3? And he wrote our, I guess he's saying kind of like a brotherhood of PlayStation owners. Well, the reason I favor the PS3 over the 360 has more or less to do with when it came out, it was like, you know, backwards compatible and all this stuff, right? And I was under the assumption at the time that it was going to have pretty much all the same games as the 360. And for the longest time, that might not have been true, but if you look at it now, it's got all the important games. It's got, like, you know, BioShock, Oblivion, Fallout, Far Cry, you know, it's got all that stuff. Plus it's got fantastic exclusives like Uncharted 2, Heavy Rain, White Knight Chronicles, God of War, you know. And, I mean, to me, originally, it just seemed like a no-brainer, because the PS3 had all those, you know, memory card attachments, Bluetooth controllers that charged by plugging in, so you didn't have to buy batteries for your controllers or play-in charge kits. You didn't have to buy that stuff. To play online, which works perfectly, by the way. There's no problems with it at all. It's free. You don't have to pay for the services or nothing like that. I really enjoyed the fact that it could play Blu-ray movies. I really enjoyed the way it looked, its compatibility. I mean, mine can play PS2 games, PS1 games. It can do all that stuff. It had interchangeable hard drives, just like the 360. It had everything you could want, like the Bluetooth and all that stuff, to just make things really simple and affordable. People were complaining about the price tag, but back then, if you were to look at it, the 360, to have all the add-ons like the, you know, HD DVD drive, to have the play and charge kit, to have Xbox Live, to have all that stuff, eventually you were paying almost double the price of a PS3 eventually, if you wanted to make it as compatible as the PS3 was. Originally, the PS3 didn't have the games to match up. Now, I'm not saying the 360 is a bad system. It does what it's supposed to do perfectly fine. But personally, I just prefer the PS3 for the fact that, you know, it's the same controller I've been playing with for like the last 10 years. So I don't have to learn new controls or anything like that. When somebody says press X, press square, press circle, I know what I'm pressing. So that's something that I really enjoy.